Workshop manufacturing practices. It is a subject in Aryabhat Knowledge University in second semester of civil engineering as well as mechanical engineering branch. The manufacturing practices subject have many units such as casting, building, metal forming, machining, and so many topics. The machining, we are going to discuss metal cutting or machining. What do you mean by machining? How to define machining process? Machining is a process of manufacturing where the unwanted material can be removed from the workpiece. The major drawback of this process is that it reduces or it loses material in form of chips. What do you mean by chips? The chips means unwanted material when the machine is working, that is while the workpiece is rotating in chuck in a lathe machines, the tool contact with the workpiece during machining, the chip is removed. There are different types of chips in workshop manufacturing practices, that is in particularly chapter machining or metal cutting. Actually, in our syllabus there are mainly two types of chips. First one is continuous chip and second one is discontinuous chips. Continuous chips and discontinuous chips, the another name of third types of chips is built up chip, continuous with built up chip or built up edge, and fourth one is segmented chip. How to differentiate between continuous chips and discontinuous chips? Continuous chips and discontinuous chips. Continuous chips are generally produced in ductile material. Continuous chips are generally produced in ductile material. While machining the ductile materials such as aluminium, copper, nickel, and so many ductile materials, the ribbon types of shape of chip can be produced. In case of discontinuous chip, while working brittle material, there are so many examples of brittle material. While machining of cast iron, while machining the another brittle material such as glass, when the glass is held in chuck of lathe machines, or suppose we are holding a workpiece of cast iron in chuck with contact of tool, while the machine is rotating the chuck, the brittle, the discontinuous chips is produces. The shape of chip is not continuous. It can break, easily. It not looks like ribbon type. It is a just just cut the shape. The second difference is just like that. It is generally occurs at high speed. While machining any ductile material at high speed, generally continuous chips are produced. But in case of discontinuous chips, the speed requirement is generally low. I have previously discussed the continuous chip is known as ribbon type of chip. What is the difference between conventional machining and non-conventional machining? The chapter actually I have previously discussed that what do mean by machining. Machining is a process of removing unwanted material in form of chips. There are mainly two types of machinings or metal cuttings or metal removing process. First one is conventional machining and second one is non-conventional machining. The conventional machining is also known as traditional machining and non-conventional machining is also called as non-traditional machining. Generally traditional machinings There are so many examples like lathe machine, drill machine, milling machine, shaper machine, planer machine, slotting machine, grinding machines. Because there is a direct contact between the workpiece and tool while the machining is done. In case of unconventional machining, there is no direct or physical contact between the workpiece and tool. There are so many examples of non-conventional machining, that is laser beam machining, plasma arc machining, electro discharge machining, electrochemical machining, ion beam machining. There are so many examples of unconventional machining. Generally, in case of unconventional machining, the machining cost is generally low. The equipment the equipment of traditional machining's cost, that is in case that is just like lathe machine, drill machine, milling machine, shaper machine, planer machine, slotting machine, grinding machine. The cost of all machinings are less in compared to unconventional machining. The cost of unconventional machinings are generally more. The cost comparison to unconventional, this cost is generally high. There are I have discussed this point. um, generally power requirement generally power requirement is less in case of conventional machining. Here power consumptions or power requirement is more. Generally in conventional machining, there are semi-skilled type of worker can be work here, but in case of unconventional machining, there is essentially required a skilled worker. I think this points is also discussed. This point is also important. In case of conventional machining, the chip removal is more. Chip removal means the the after machining, there are large number of chips removed here. In case of non-conventional machining, it is a chip removal is very less because it is used for only precision work. Suppose we want to hold a needle, we are just removing less amount of material. I think these points in fourth number point I have discussed. It is used for removal of large material from the workpiece, and in case of unconventional machining, narrow shape are obtained. That means blind hole can be produced by this unconventional machining. I think the point of cost of machining I have previously discussed. What is the property of cutting fluid? Why cutting fluid is required during machining? Cutting fluid is a one type of coolant which reduces the heating effect. Suppose while working is going on machining, the heat is produced. If more heat is produced, that means chances of tool may be fail after some interval of time. When we regularly use the tool, after some time it may be blunt or it may be sharpened due to heating. So cutting fluid is one of the most requirement during machining. The first property is the thermal conductivity of cutting fluid should be high. The specific heat of cutting fluid should be high. Generally, thermal conductivity or a specific heat both are the thermal properties of any engineering material. The viscosity of cutting fluid is generally low. The surface tensions the surface tension the surface tension the surface tension of cutting fluid should be low. The fifth property is it is a non-toxic in nature. It is non-toxic, non-inflammable. It is a generally non-inflammable or and odorless. odorless. I think there are so many important properties of cutting fluid I have discussed. After finishing cutting fluid, the next topic is what do mean by cutting cutting what do mean by cutting tool material. Cutting tool material. In metal cutting or machining, there are different types of cutting tool material. That is, while machining, there are different types of material such as when the workpiece is uh, when the workpiece when the workpiece is like ductile or brittle. But cutting tool, the material of cutting tool, there are different types of tool used during different workpiece, ductile or brittle. The main properties what are the basic main properties of cutting tool material? Cutting tool material, what do it is? It is abbreviated as cutting tool material, CTM. Cutting tool material, the there are different properties. The first one is it has hot hardness. Hot hardness, what do you mean by hot hardness? Do you know about that? Actually, tungsten have a high hot hardness. In all the out of 118 element, the tungsten has highest melting point around 3500 degrees centigrade. Hot hardness is a mechanical property of any material, which means the ability of material to resist softening at high temperature. It is a property of material. It is a property of material which resists softening at high temperature. This property is known as hot hardness, or sometimes it is known as red hardness. This property is applicable only for tungsten. There are another properties of cutting tool material. It has high toughness. Toughness is also property of material. Toughness is also known as popularly tenacity. What do you mean by toughness? I have described hot hardness. Hot hardness is the ability of material to resist softening at high temperature. The second property, it has high toughness. What do you mean by toughness, or what do you mean by tenacity? It is a mechanical property. Uh, the energy absorbing capacity of any material before fracture, this is known as toughness. Generally, the material should be high toughness. And third property is, there are so many properties, just look like the coefficient of friction. It has low coefficient of friction. Low coefficient of friction. The thermal conductivity should be the thermal conductivity should be high of cutting tool material. There are four property I have described here. First one is hot hardness should be generally hot hardness should be belongs generally hot hardness high material. And second one is high tenacity or high toughness. And third property has low coefficient of frictions. And fourth property is the thermal conductivity should be high. There are so many property, just like fifth property is that wear resistance. It should be the cutting tool material should be wear resistance. I think this topic have finished cutting tool material. just after finishing cutting tool material, just I am going to describe another topics, important topics of machining. What do you mean by another important topic? What do you mean by a single point cutting tool? Single point cutting tool. Single point cutting tool. What do you mean by cutting tool? Cutting tool materials property I have discussed. Cutting tool, single point cutting tool. In single point cutting tool, the in examinations questions comes in this type. How describe the designations of single point cutting tool. Single point cutting tool. Describe the designation of single point cutting tool. Single point cutting tool, it can be easily remember. There are 7 tool signatures in single point cutting tool. There are 7 tool signatures. Tool signatures are available in single point cutting tool. In single point cutting tool, the first one is, this is back rake angle, and second one is side rake angle, and third one is end relief angle, and fourth one is side relief angle, the fifth is end cutting edge angle, and sixth one is side cutting edge angle, and last seventh one is, this is nose radius. The seventh one is nose radius. There are mainly 7 types of tool signatures in single point cutting tool. In university exams or in any subjective exams, the questions asked just look like in another way, is that explain the tool signatures. What do you mean by tool signatures of single point cutting tools? And in questions in other terms asked, describe the designations of single point cutting tool. How it can be easily remember in our mind. This is the back rake angle, second one is side rake angle, third one is end relief angle, and fourth one is side relief angle, and fifth one is end cutting edge angle, and sixth one is side cutting edge angle, and seventh one is nose radius. It can be easily remember. I just describe one important point here, how to remember easily. Rake relief cutting edge, rake angle, that is rake angle. Rake, it can be pronounced rake relief angle, rake angle, relief angle, and cutting edge angle, and last one is nose radius. How it can be easily remember? Just I can create one type of trick here. Bus, es, bus, es. It can be remember like this. Back rake angle, this is first one is back rake angle, first one is, second one is side rake angle, back rake bus, back rake angle, second one is side rake angle, third one is end relief angle, third one is end relief angle, and fourth one is side relief angle, and fifth one is